Hey friends, welcome back to Rita Talks. I'm Rita, and on this YouTube channel, I just share some of the thoughts ideas that I've been thinking about, some of the things that have been going on in my life. Um, in today's video, I just want to talk about some of the things that I did today. So basically, today was kind of an interesting day. Like I actually spent the whole day helping out one of my teammates. So this new joiner who was joined maybe 3 months ago with this change that he has made, and basically the reason that I did that is because he needed obviously someone to help him with that. And basically, like what I try to do is just be as helpful as I can, because I know that when I was also getting started in this team, basically I was like I also needed some help understanding what was happening and things like this. And I wish that I had someone who had explained things to me the way that I did. So basically, it's the opposite. Like, I wish I had someone, I mean, I had someone to explain to me, maybe just not to the level of detail that I tried to do it for him, because that's the level of detail that I wish I wanted, that I wish I had. And so basically, I tried to apply that and pay it forward, pay it forward by just giving him the kind of mentorship that with the level of detail that I wish I had. And I guess that I like at the beginning of my time in this team, I was a bit hard for me to ask for, but which I'm trying to make a bit uh, you know easier to ask for, by just starting from basically what people know and not what I think they should know, and just building from there. And that's usually from something that's a bit more basic than basically what most people start with. And it's just being okay with starting with basic stuff and just giving that information, because what's mostly missing is the connection between whatever point that like basically to break the connection between the theory in their head, like to basically take the shortest path between the theory in their head and the actual application where they actually see it in action, where it's not that complicated, but they've never seen it before. So obviously it helps when someone comes in and like just shows them, okay, guys, this is not that crazy, this is not that complicated, like this is just this. And you just show them, instead of just knowing that as someone who has done it multiple times and like assuming they know it because you know it. So that's something that I tried to do today. I think it turned out pretty well. I think he handled the situation quite well. I think he was a bit too stressed. But I tried to maybe help him reframe things where, okay, like some things are worth worrying about, some things are not worth worrying about, and just maybe help him reframe, uh, so that, you know, he's not stressed in the future. So that's something that I'm super glad that I did today, even though from like if you measure it from a metric standpoint, like I might have not been very productive, but I was very productive in helping this teammate out, because just sitting down with him and like showing him how stuff works, like from a very first principles, is like maybe a loss of my time today for me, but it's a huge gain for him and will allow him to be more productive much faster for the team. And so it's something that won't, like, in, I don't know, 3 months, will not maybe basically be attributed to me, uh, because it won't, like, most of the credit goes to him because he's the one learning and applying the learning. But actually, like, it's just speeding up his learning process by just spending this day to get him actually to understand some of the finer details that that might have not been clearer. So it's basically something that's not like if you look at the long-term metrics of the whole team, or like the aggregate metrics of the team, you will see that training really does increase the aggregate metrics of the team. But if you look at how it affects the metrics of one specific person over the short term, it might seem that it's not worth it. Like, oh, I'm gonna spend the whole day working with this person and not being productive coding on my own stuff, but actually I'm making myself more scalable by transferring this knowledge to this other person. And basically now there's this whole other person who can do a lot of the capabilities that only I could do before. Not only, but that they didn't know how to do, but now they do. And so it's like almost 2x the output minus the 8 hours that I spent just teaching this person. And over the long run, this like it will not show, like it will not be okay. This person was able to deliver this and this because of these 8 hours that this other person spent training them. It will not be a direct correlation, but it will impact, like it will not be something that you see, but it will have hopefully a positive impact on his performance. And so that's what I'm hoping for that to happen, where he can just have this knowledge base in his head as fast as possible, even if that comes at my time in the short run. Over the long run, that benefits the team more than me just spending 8 hours today just working on my normal tasks. So yeah, I think that was definitely a good investment for the team, even though it's a bit counterintuitive. But yeah, the sum of the parts is greater than the sum. Like basically, the outcome from all of us collaborating together is much greater than just the sum of all our outcomes, individual outcomes, because basically by collaborating, we're able to like go much faster and compound our knowledge collectively to have much bigger and better results. And yeah, in the long run, it does have a positive effect. So along those same lines, basically, inside the company, we're trying to like as part of this women in engineering group, I may have committed to sending out a monthly newsletter. So it's gonna start from Q1 2024. That's the goal, because this quarter, as I've talked about in the past few videos, is that I'm completely switching my focus. That this quarter, actually, my 10x goal will be just achieving this list of things that I have to achieve in terms of deliverables. And basically, starting from next quarter, I can also have other 10x goals. And I think probably a good 10x goal for the next quarter would be basically getting this newsletter going, plus getting maybe the Who Made It podcast going. So that's also along the same lines, and I think I will involve the same people as I think I will involve for the newsletter. So yeah, that's a good thing. I love this idea of having 10x goals every quarter and just pushing myself. I think this will have a cool impact on the trajectory of my life and the scale of impact that I can probably have. So yeah, it's a good frame to view my life through, this 10x frame, limited by the like constrained by the quarterly rule. And when I say constrained, it's in a positive way, by following constraint theory. So when you add some constraints, it actually allows you to solve the problem better. And so that's the goal. By having these quarterly goals, 10x goals, by having the constraint of doing this on in one quarter, it means that I need to reprioritize my time to fit these elements around as a priority. I think it's a good filter for my time and for the kind of activity that I can allow myself to spend time on. So basically, I just like I had a nice chat, coffee chat this afternoon with one of the people that I think I've talked about her before. Like she's super cool and enthusiastic, and she's the one that I'm thinking might actually end up co-hosting, be one of the one of the co-hosts for the Who Made It podcast. And basically, I was proposing to her today that we collaborate together on this newsletter because, like, I just made to her the point that, like, the same point that I made today. Basically together we'll be able to take the newsletter much farther than if I just did it alone, or like if she just did it alone, or if we just like did not collaborate on it. So basically, because it allows us to compound, like when we spend time together, like I'm able to give her energy and then she's able to give me back energy, and it's like this whole thing where we just will be energized to do this thing which we would not actually have done without the compounding of energy that happens when multiple people are aligned on the same goal and enthusiastic about the same goal, and looking forward to drive it forward. So that's something I'm super excited about. So you probably have noticed that today my brain is not working that well. I'm a bit slower, less on it, but that's mostly because I haven't slept that much, and I will not be sleeping that much because it's like 6:26 a.m. and I have to go catch my 7 a.m. train to Paris. And basically, I barely slept. Like I just had like a nap because I hadn't packed, and basically I just was listening to some music, and it took me back to some of my university days where I would just allow myself to listen to music for hours on end and just daydream for a bit. And yeah, so today I did just that, and I just felt so happy because I listened to Coldplay and I hadn't listened to them in a long time. And when I feel like whenever I listen to them, I just have this view of the world that's much more optimistic, and I allow myself to daydream more, and it's like it puts me in the right mindset to dream big and to have big goals for my life, and like to have the courage to pursue big goals. So yeah, today it was kind of fun. It kind of reminded me of those university days where I would just have music playing. I would stay up a bit late working on some fun thing that I was working on, like some programming challenges, something like that. And yeah, I think having some more of that energy in my life really does help, because I think over the past few years I've been taking myself a bit more seriously, but maybe that comes at the expense of these moments where I'm just genuinely inspired and like grateful to be alive and like just looking forward to do some stuff. And I think maybe I need to reach a better middle ground, like to find a better way to do this. So yeah, my brain is definitely exhausted. So I think I will need some more hours of sleep and like an energy drink or something. I will sleep in the train probably, so that will probably help. Um, yeah, and I will drink lots of Coca-Cola and maybe a Red Bull. to help me get through the day. But I'm excited and super grateful for the opportunities that I got, that I have in this life, and yeah, I can never be grateful enough. It's genuinely like I'm genuinely super happy to be where I am, to get the opportunity to interact with the kind of people that I interact with. It's truly a privilege because these are the kind of people that I used to dream I would one day interact with. And now here I am. I am interacting with these people and like living, like getting to build stuff with them is like just freaking amazing. And sometimes I might, you know, be a bit too complaining about my team and things at my company and like leadership and stuff like this. But yeah, it really does help to remember that actually this is one of my dream jobs. Like I used to dream about being here, and now that I'm here, I sometimes take it for granted, and I'm trying not to do that. So yeah, just genuinely super grateful for this life that I get to lead. It's like just an immense privilege to be able to work with the kind of people that I get to work with. And I think the ones that I'm even more excited about are the people that I work with in the engineering org that I'm a part of, because I think like the energy there is through the roof, just because this is like a passion driven thing. Like we're not actually paid to do this, but we do it in our free time. And it's just so cool to be driven by something that's purpose driven and passion driven. So yeah, just super grateful for the opportunity to be a part of this and for the opportunity to work with these sorts of people. So yeah, I just wanted to have a reminder for that for myself. So yeah, I guess that's all I wanted to talk about today. I think it's time for me to get dressed and go catch my train to Paris. I'm just freaking exhausted, guys. Maybe it was not the best to stay up, but yeah, to no, there's always trade-offs that you need to make. So today's trade-off was sleep. It's okay. It's gonna be worth it. Hopefully, I don't collapse out of exhaustion. But yeah. Anyway, thanks a lot for tuning in today. You can click here to watch my previous video on this channel, so the one right before this one, and you can click here to watch my latest video on the channel overall. I hope you have a fantastic rest of the night, whichever time of day it is where you are right now. Bye for now, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye.